Let's get into the Real Housewives of Atlanta and Drew and Sheree going back and forth last night on Twitter after the episode came on. So we know Drew and Sheree came together to plan and throw a birthday party for Marlo and Kenya because they both celebrate their birth. Their birthdays are both like within days. They're both Aquarius. So they decided to throw them a birthday party and invite their friends and family to the party. So the feud started with them because they agreed to, I guess, split half of whatever the cost was for the decorations, whatever they did. That was the agreement. And the day of the actual party, Drew is wondering where the rest of her money is that Sheree was supposed to give her. So Sheree gave her, was letting her know, like, I gave you what I'm giving you. I'm not giving you anymore. So Drew was upset about that. So what happened? They started on Twitter. Drew started, and she posted a photo of her and Sheree at the party, and she's like, the moment I realized I wasn't getting my money. So Sheree replies, and she's like, I wasn't being literal, but I have put a shitload of money into She by Sheree. Let's be clear. Now, okay, Sheree, why are you telling Drew this? Because She by Sheree has nothing to do with the birthday party that you guys are throwing Kenya and Marlo. You did say, Sheree, that you put up $1 million or into She by Sheree, and you are still waiting for clothes all the way from Alaska. See, to compare $1 million to 1,000 is very cheap to me. So, Sheree, I don't know why you thought mentioning your company is going to make Drew feel like, okay, you know what? You don't have to pay me. I mean, a deal is a deal. It's as simple as that. So Sheree didn't want to give her the rest of the money. So Sheree says, girl, stop. You were paid 1,000 to do the small get together, and anything over is on you. She said, I'm not buying friendships. So the budget went over the $1,000, and Sheree is not trying to pay any more than that. So that to me is very petty. I don't know why Sheree is even making a big deal over a couple hundred extra dollars, if that's what it was. So Drew goes on to say, so you wanted a cheap party like your cheap joggers, girl, bye. And Sheree goes, just like them cheap ass wigs you were wearing last season. And she says, respect the OG. So we know where this tension comes from with Sheree as far as Drew. She feels like Drew is a newbie and she shouldn't even be coming for her because she's an OG, even though she hasn't been on the show for many seasons now. And then Drew goes, I'm going to just sit this right here. And then she shows photos of Sheree in bad wigs. So this is the photo. These are 3 of the photos that she posted with Sheree in bad wigs. And this one down here, the Elvira one, that's the worst one to me. I do not like that hairstyle at all. I don't know why Sheree did that. But, I mean, Drew made a point, and she showed that Sheree indeed does have bad wigs. So Sheree goes and says, bad hair days and bad wigs are 2 totally different things. I don't wear cheap wigs. And then Drew, it's like nothing cheap about go naked hair. Now you just a cheap ass hater. And Sheree, she goes, girl, you know that hair from last season was not go naked. Ditzy ass can't remember them horrible wigs she had on. And Drew's like, how do you know? You weren't even there. And then Sheree goes, girl, the world knows. When I came back, I didn't know who you were, but was told that you had cheap ass wigs, bad makeup, and wore fake clothes. I'm glad you're able to rent real designer pieces now. And what I will say, Drew last season, her clothes and hairstyles were not up to par, but she has definitely improved this season. I will give Drew that. Drew has definitely stepped it up. I've been liking her looks. I do like her actually on the show way better than I did last season. She's grown on me, and I like her on the show. She definitely is looking way better. You can tell her hair, her outfits. She's just looking better to me, and I'm starting to get used to her being on the show. Like she's a good fit, is what I'm saying. She's way better of a fit to me than Sanya, definitely. But I've been liking how Drew's been dressing lately, so maybe Sheree is feeling a way about that. But let's get back into what they said. So after that, Sheree says, I'm so glad the world can give you attention since you aren't receiving it at home. And Drew says, that's not one of my issues, but at least I have a husband. See, this is all right. The husband line is old and played out, and I don't think it hits like these women in their minds think it does when they land it, because Ralph is not someone to sit and be like, oh my God, I admire that marriage. I mean, he's done his dirt and he has been disrespectful to Drew on camera. So to say that, that's it doesn't hold weight to me. It doesn't mean you're better than the next just because you're married and someone is not. You know, I don't know why women throw it, but they do. They always feel like, say that you have a husband, especially when another woman does not. So Drew took it there, and then Sheree is like, "Yeah, you do. One that humiliates you, degrades you, makes you look stupid, makes you look weak, and disappears on you." And she says, "I'll pass." So see, now Sheree was able to. Drew opened that door for Sheree to sit and talk about how um Drew's husband is looking to us, Ralph. This is how Ralph looks to me. So if you're talking about marriage, I'll pass on a marriage if that's what it's going to be about. And then Drew goes, you have been really invested into my husband all season, but you need to worry about your new storyline. She said, fake Martell Holt TV personality. And then Drew comes back with that. So, I mean, Drew, even though she hit her with the husband line and Sheree came back, I mean, I think Drew won that debate because Sheree, even though Drew has a husband that does the things that you said he did and we all see on TV, at least Drew's not faking a whole marriage to be on TV. Sheree, it's already been said that this relationship with Martell is fake and that it's just for you to have a man on the show so he can get exposure. He's trying to blow up and he's going through a lot of drama with his ex-wife. They go back and forth all the time. He does not seem like a man that I'd want. So, Sheree, if you're doing this out of desperation, it's bad. So, even though Ralph is not your dream, like, this is the type of relationship I want, it's just, it seems like you just need a man. And that's how you're acting. So, that, I think Drew ended her with that one because Sheree, faking a relationship for TV, don't do it. It would have been better if you would have worked it out with Tyrone. Because now that we know he didn't stand you up, the man couldn't come. So why couldn't you move on and get with him after that fact? The fact that you're jumping to another man that wants to be a reality star, that just gives thirsty and attention seeking on both ends, you and his. So I can't wait to see the Housewives of Atlanta reunion, to see what happens. I can clearly see that Drew and Sheree are going to be going at it. Um, and I can't wait to watch it. So, guys, please subscribe to my channel, like this video, leave a comment, let me know what you think regarding the back and forth with them two last night. Who do you think was right? Who do you think was wrong? I think Sheree was 100% wrong, and that's it. Sheree has been moving messy. She just had that meeting with Apollo talking about Phaedra. She just moves in a messy manner. So I don't know. I don't know what is going to happen in this fashion show, but we'll see. So, guys, I'll talk to you again soon.